Greetings and welcome to In Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. Now I'm hearing talk that the ultimate community sports tournament is here. The Bringing Communities Together 2 sporting event. It begins with the month of April at the Morvant Recreational Grounds. Now Member of Parliament for Laventille East, Morvant Adrian Leonce, joins us to discuss the initiative with the tagline, One People, One Love, One Laventille East, Morvant. Greetings, Mr. Leonce. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to start off, though, the Igbiga Foundation, the Unified Beacon Cultural Drummers, Morvant Swim Academy, they recently benefited from the Office of the Prime Minister's Sport and Culture Fund. Now, what do these groups do and how do the resources help them in that area? Thanks.
Well, first of all, I'd like to initially say that the Sport and Culture Fund is a remarkable fund, provided by the government of Trinidad and Tobago to help persons who are really interested in developing and nurturing the community and different aspects of our growth and development through sport and culture. So when I found out, because I only found out about this Sport and Culture Fund when I became a member of Parliament, the drumming group, they play an integral part in the community of Never Dirty, where they have a lot of youngsters that interested in music, in development of the drums. The drums is not just cultural, it's also religious. It's a sense of positivity within the community, and it translates from bringing negative to something positive. And I mean, they have the full support of the community. The Swim Academy is something very new. They recently formed. We had a competition with the Maloney pool, and as you know, Mova came out successful. And the Swim Academy was formed because we so many youngsters who never swam before in their life showed so much great potential, and we wanted to nurture this and bring it to a more competitive arm within the country of Trinidad and Tobago. So the Swim Academy is formed. And soon the Swim Academy will join us in our community sporting competition with bringing communities together. But they develop it and they're going to have competitions this coming summertime. With
And I like how
Igbiga Foundation, the Igbiga Foundation, Igbiga first of all is a Yoruba word. It means upliftment. And Igbiga have been working with me since 2015, and they have been doing just that, assisting in every form of upliftment with respect to the community. They have been given scholarships, both local and abroad. They have helped a lot in training, different types of training, getting persons certified, sometimes internationally certified, some not really regionally certified. They have helped in a number of projects, including helping resilience with respect to persons with housing and upgrading their places. They have assisted in a number of back-to-school programs, Christmas programs, Easter programs, and now we have this Easter program, they bringing communities back together. They are the pillar behind it all.
And you're saying they didn't waste a minute, so they have things starting with the month of April. So tell us a little bit about the initiative, thank you, coming together or bringing communities together too.
Right, so initially this was started since in 2018, March 2018, where we found that we needed to unite the communities, the different communities. We have about 25 different areas within the communities that we felt we needed to bring together and unite because of the rhetoric and the borderline stuff that has been permeating our area. Now, the bringing communities together basically is getting young persons who are involved in basketball, who are involved in cricket, who are involved in football, getting them to put their teams together, getting the community to support them, because there are prizes also for great support, right? We have uniforms. We actually, the Igbiga Foundation, and I must mention some of our sponsors beside the Sport and Culture Fund. We expect to get some funding from the NLCB. Angostura also made a commitment to help us with some uniforms. The Unicut would have also assisted us. So we have a lot of several stakeholders that interested in seeing our community in a positive light. So we basically provided the mechanism for young persons to express their talent in a nice, friendly rivalry, having fun, having bragging rights, getting cash prizes, getting trophies, getting medals, and basically bringing that community love and experience throughout this era that we're going to have throughout this 2 weeks period. What we also want to express is, when we have these events, you find we have a lot of persons coming out, selling corn soup, selling wings, doing a lot of stuff where the families start coming out, everyone, supports, and you feel that different energy within the community. It reminds me when I was growing up and we used to go down to the Morvant Recreational Grounds just to hang out, and you get a sense of calm, that sense of peace, that sense of love, that sense of unity, and everybody just having a good time. So that's really the energy that we want to promote, and we're really excited about it. I think it's something that the COVID would have prevented us from having, but now we have a little more leeway in terms of some of the events that we are allowed to have. We want to start bringing this kind of energy back within the community.
And speaking of promoting that energy, we actually give an idea of what it is we're speaking about before we go to break, and then we return to this conversation about bringing communities together, part 2. Stay with us, we return with more.
MP Adrian Leonce and the Igbiga Foundation presents Bringing Communities Together Sports Tournament. Now is the time to come together. Divided, we fall. United, we conquer. One people, one love, one Laventille East Morvant. This 3-sport tournament includes football, basketball, and cricket. Over $90,000 in cash prizes to be won. The winners of each sporting discipline can walk away with $15,000 in cash. Call out your people. Bring out your side. Come out in your numbers every weekend as we kickstart on April 1st and go till April 16th. Happening at Paradise Heights Basketball Court and the Morvant Recreational Grounds. For more information, check out our Facebook and Instagram pages at Adrian Leonce or contact us at 626-0911. Bringing communities together. One people, one love, one Laventille East Morvant.
Welcome back. We are speaking about bringing communities together. The 2nd edition, we're doing so with MP for Laventille East, Morvant, Adrian Leonce. And Mr. Leonce, you'll get me licks inside here because you just sign off and I need to remain here. Let me ask the question, please. So I buy it, so I sell it. What about female involvement?
Right. So there is an area where we had as a rule that one female must be on the field, right? I haven't reviewed the last rules, but I know that was there in 2018. So I'm just assuming there's one female that's supposed to be on the field all the time. I know for sure that 2 persons under the age of 18 must also always be on the field. So we're trying to get full involvement. Now, the 2018 Bringing Communities Together also had a netball aspect to it, but we were not able to do that this time. So we're trying to incorporate the females within the football, the cricket, and the basketball.
Hopefully I get less licks, but you all heard it from the MP himself. But and thank you for that. And you raised the point of the first iteration of 2018. Are there any other major changes from where you sit in terms of from 2018 to at this point in time that is going to begin now?
Well, from 2018, we did learn a lot. So one of the things that we find was how we ran the program, giving persons enough time to switch. So we're not trying to cram too many games. We split the move, with respect to the football, we split the mover field in two. So 2 games can be running simultaneously, except for obviously when the crunch time, that's any preliminary rounds. Similarly, we try to keep the venues limited. So we only gonna have the football in the Morvant Recreational Ground, and we're gonna have the basketball and the cricket in the Paradise Heights basketball area. It's a very large area, and it's conducive for the crowd and the hype, and people coming looking out from the buildings, and real nice vibes.
We spoke about having those 25 areas where you see there's work to be done. How do you go about saying, okay, well, these are the groupings that we want? We heard of some age stipulations, but is that how do you go about saying, okay, well, these are the teams we want, this is how you can form a team, these are the areas that the teams are coming from?
Right, so we have teams, so there are certain areas that have very high density, like Coconut Drive. So we actually, because of the large amount of persons that wanted to partake in the Coconut Drive area, we had to have two sets of teams. So we have the upper Coconut Drive and the lower Coconut Drive. We also have the 7th Avenue area where a large amount of persons wanted to be part of it. So we also have an upper and a lower. There were a number of persons from outside of the Laventille East constituency that also wanted to take part. So there's a John team partaking in football. There's also a team of Picton partaking in basketball and also in cricket. So we have different areas. The Caledonia Vegas area, they merged to form one team. So there are areas where we merged together, and there are areas where, because of the amount of persons interested, we had to split. And we also had to sign off because we could have only taken 16 teams. So next year for sure, for the others that didn't make it.
You say that you carry me back to the Cricks commercial, Mr. Leonce. But look, I'm just saying. But in terms of feedback, and to me, people don't stone empty mango tree. So in terms of looking at the fact that you have individuals coming from other areas, I think speaks volumes. But what's some of the feedback from within the constituency? I see one person saying they endorse it 100% and it's really doing what it should to bring communities together. Are you getting other sorts of feedback messages from individuals?
Well, so right now we getting 100% positive feedback. There's one caveat though, and I must say certain persons initially would have been a bit skeptical with some of the little violence that was going on before, right? But things seem to calm down. Persons are a bit more relaxed. We have the TTPS involved. We have a lot of the community groups speaking to each other. So this actually would cement that unity and that peace. We also encourage the schools. So the schools in our launch, the schools are going to play a critical part for the young children in primary schools. It will also show a statement of the youth, the young children making a stand to bring us together to eliminate that borderline. Because as you know, even though we have 8 primary schools within my constituency, children come from different areas in the constituency. So they walk in from anywhere to get to school. So the borderline it doesn't make any sense. So the children are going to make a statement at our launch. We also have the churches, our religious institution. We have several churches within the community. We have the Archbishop for the Spiritual Baptist. We have the head of the Open Bible Church. We have other churches, Christian churches. So the churches are also going to make a statement, and basically is the community showing the community and the outer the nation by extension who we are and how we as a nation and a community, as a people, can enjoy, can have fun, and can really express our talent.
And with that in mind, we have about 2 minutes more, Mr. Leonce. What are some of those other positive things that are taking place in the constituency? It's always good to have some highlighting on terms of what are some of those other things taking place. So last 2 minutes for that, thank you.
All right, 2 minutes is a little bit, but I'll try to squeeze in as much as I can. So I'm very excited about the building of development in terms of the economic strategies that we are forming. So we are forming a cooperative, the Laventille Cooperative. It's a service cooperative where we train persons in different fields, whether it be garment manufacture, woodworking, etc. And this cooperative now, which will be part of hundreds and soon to be thousands of skilled persons, will provide services within the communities to make the communities self-sustainable. So, for example, in the schools where we have to do furniture repair and stuff, the cooperative can step in now and do all the furniture repair. We can do clothing for children and stuff. So that's a whole story that we could talk about. We also have together a group of contractors that have been doing a number of work within the community. Right now, we have close to $20 million in work within the constituency being done only by local contractors. So I'm very excited and proud about that. Additionally, we have formed the Laventille Mover Chamber of Commerce. I wouldn't go any further on that. That's something that we need to talk about for the big launcher. So I'm saying in terms of economic development, economic strength, development of persons and people within the community, I see where we're going very far. And that in itself would join with the sports, with the culture, with the education, and blossom into something beautiful. I want to say one quick thing, but I can't talk about it too much. We have something that we designed, and you'll see the designs very soon, the Morvant Institute of Technology, MIT. I'll tell you more about that.
And with that teaser, we go on. Thank you very much, MP for Laventille East, Morvant, Adrian Leonce. This has been In Depth with me, Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.